Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays for this, the 10th day of the inappropriately named 12th month of December in the 2024th year of our shared common era. Hi. Thanks very much to those of you who are hanging out with us live. Thanks also to the folks who are watching this on the replay. Thanks to everybody who hits the like button or the subscribe button or any of the fun things like that. And yes indeed, Coltrane was a good dog. Thanks very much to Mark for that observation. And anybody who hits those buttons and stuff, I appreciate that. Oh yes, and also anybody who can confirm that the Precember, it's probably Duo December would be 12th. Anyway, Precember. Yeah, sure, why not? Anyone who can confirm that the audio and video are working, and seems based on the responses that I'm seeing in the chat that they are indeed functional. So yay, thank you for that. I'm always grateful. So we continue this month with the gift of obscure originals, but we're also going to find out if I'm going to be creating some original music for you here today when we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. The way that works, people give me song requests, people give me song suggestions, and I have to play them regardless of whether I know the song. So people might request a song that I do in fact know, in which case I'll have to try to remember how to play it. People might request a song that I kind of sort of know, like I'm familiar with the song, but I've never actually attempted to perform it myself. In which case I'll have to try to figure out how to play something like that here in front of everyone. Perhaps someone will request a song that I don't recognize at all, in which case I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game, and now is a great time for you to get in your requests for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Go? Sure. I don't know what Mark's talking about, but that's okay. Yes, getting a request for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Mark often has ones that are related to dates that are nearby and birthdays and whatnot of performers. But it doesn't have to be. It can be anything that is on your mind. It can be seasonal. It can be anti-seasonal. Whatever strikes your fancy. But what I'm going to start off with is a song that I contributed to and which came out. Oh, Gift of Obscure Originals. Yes, thank you. Goo. Goo is the Gift of Obscure Originals. Right. So, yes, the obscure original that I'm working on today is one that I contributed to almost a quarter century ago. It is a track called Pacifist. So, my songwriting partner Jonathan and I put together quite a bit of music back in the day. I was talking last time about This Is Not a Statement. I actually managed to find a physical copy of This Is Not a Statement. I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do that, but it didn't actually take as long as I was afraid it might. So This Is Not a Statement, and the album that we put out was called This Is Not a Statement. I found the date on it. It says 2000. This was in the year 2000 that we put this out into the world. One of the tracks on it is called Pacifist. Pacifist is one that I contributed less to than others. They're a lot like St. Josephine, where I was coming up with sort of the not just the... Jonathan would come to me with verses, with choruses, with lyrics, and a melody. And I would then sort of try to shape that into the structure of a song with chords underlying it. And with some of the ones that we collaborated on, like New York to Baltimore and The Wind and the Rain, I think what I contributed, I feel good about what I contributed, and that it was really helpful in sort of fleshing things out. With Pacifist, 90% of the song was already there, and I just did a little bit of guitar work to just sort of just float along through the whole thing. Because Jonathan had put together a beat for it using the keyboard that we had. So I have never actually tried to do this on my own. But Here we're gonna give it a shot today. We're gonna try to use the loop pedal to emulate what had been happening on the keyboard and the beat that Jonathan had put together. And so we're going to see how this goes. And I'm hoping that Jonathan gets to see this at some point. Jonathan, when I flagged this to his attention, mentioned that he was slightly disturbed. I think he meant that he was slightly disturbed by the fact that this was almost 25 years ago that we had put this out. But maybe he's just disturbed by the fact that I'm doing it. I don't know. But I hope this meets with his approval whenever Jonathan does get to take a look at it. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started. The piece is called Pacifist. Can't stand silence. The lack of sound filters down like violence, while violins have said it all before so much better. I've said it all twice. I'll say it every day until I think it sounds right, and every conflict leads to another just as trite. Pacifist. Just another word for fight. Fight. Love is just another word for I don't know why I'm on fire, wrapped up in desire and a need to hold. Bless me, mother, for I have sinned. I use the love's name in vain. Every voice, every choice, another craving for the object, for sex and respect, for Woody Guthrie resurrect, for answers to the subtext, for constant motion in the thing that comes next. Next. What if there aren't answers? Can it be that we aren't meant to be anything but us? We love to fuss, but dust to dust. We're all creatures of the same trust. We view ourselves in varied shades of disgust. We get to see the beauty in the ones right next to us. Discuss. Man and woman were made in the likeness of God and apes, and everything else is just a clever escape from all that we know. And if I touched you right now, what would you say? Would you jump away frightened? How far would you read in to every glance, to every chance encounter with my eyes and your awareness? I think the sexiest thing is indignance, pure activist love from the bottom of the soul. The last drop until the top falls down and the ground gets noticed, and everyone sobers up and says, who did this? The usual lies having been dismissed, full-bellied cries rediscovered as a gift, a voice gone so long it was rendered a miss. A myth. And every time I shut my eyes and put my fragile world in balance, someone has to come along in search of talents, in search of battle and a purpose within. All I've got are these shoes and this pen, and a few bleeding hearts that won't mend. Thank God for open wounds and arms that extend. Thank God for one affectionate soul in every 10. Bend. So I hug and I breathe and I clasp and I ask and I pray. I touch every chance I get and sing when I may. Just shoot me if I ever get too old to play. I can't stand silence, and violence and defiance means we're silenced every night. Compliance like a mask across the mast of every light. And pacifist, it's just another word for fight. Fight. Pacifist. There were definitely some things that went better in rehearsal, but that is okay. Not terrible. That is the standard to which we aspire here on the Coltrane Tuesdays program. Yeah, and I don't know if it's appropriate to call it a song per se, but it's not exactly a rap either. It's a sort of a spoken word piece. And I have to say, though, that as I was listening to it for the first time in quite a while, it was the delivery of it and the original definitely has an element of hip hop to it, obviously, but not exactly a rap. I also think there's a lot of insight there for in the lyrics, you know, given our ages at the time. Yeah, I think there's parts of it that hold up a little better than others, but in general, still a lot there to chew on. So thanks again to Jonathan for bringing that piece into the world. And I'm grateful for the little bit that I had to do with getting it out there, and there you go. I should say also, very interesting, makes you think of Gil Scott. Yeah, the revolution will not be televised. Not a request? Well, we'll see. Yes, yeah, I think that that activist strain of hip hop and of slam poetry from that era of Gil Scott Heron was definitely a strong influence on what Jonathan was doing. So there you go. I think that is high praise to compare Jonathan's work to Gil Scott Heron. Gift of Obscure Originals, the month continues on, and I am excited about what's coming up soon. So I'm going to tell you all about that, but now, since Margot says that the revolution will not be televised, is not necessarily the Stump the Band request. Now is a great time to get in your request. Again, to recap, I'm going to play a song right here in this space on this webcast, regardless of whether I know the song that you request. So maybe you'll request one that I do know, in which case I'll try to remember how to play it. People might request one that I'm familiar with. I kind of sort of know the song, but I've never tried to play it myself. In which case I'll have to try to figure out something to play here for you. Perhaps I won't recognize the song at all. I won't know the song at all, in which case I'll have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That's how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. So while those requests are coming in, let me say a few other things. So yes, Pacifist, and from the album This Is Not a Statement by Dihybrid Cross, which at that time was basically a duo. We expanded into a four-piece band over the next couple of years. I had not realized that we actually did this after I had gone off to college, but Jonathan was coming over to visit me on a periodic basis, and I think we probably put it together over the summer of 2000, but I don't know. We'll look up more of the details. Jumping a bit forward in time, the next couple of obscure originals are ones that are from the early days of the, or really the heyday, if you will, of the Tom Cooney Songwriter Challenge right here on the webcast. The Tom Cooney also has been a good friend of the Coltrane Tuesdays program over the years, and for a while there, he and I were throwing songwriting challenges back and forth at each other. Some of the ones from those early days I was looking up. These are from the two that are coming up are from 2018 and 2019. I've been doing this webcast for a while. So we're going to see how some of those go, and some things that I definitely have not been playing out for a while. But I was able to track down the original videos and listen to them and get a bit of a sense of what was happening with the original songs. So we're going to see what happens when I try to recreate them here in 2024. I should say also other things that have been happening, other things that I want to let people know about. You probably already know this if you're here in Bethlehem, but just in case you don't, this is the season that my friends over at Touchstone Theater here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, are doing their Christmas City Follies. Every year they write a brand new original sketch comedy show. It is seasonal. There are often characters who return from year to year, but it's a whole new show every year. This year it is running through, I believe, the 22nd of this month. It is, yes, through the 22nd. It is already underway. It is Thursdays through Saturdays at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 2 p.m. And there are a few additional shows sprinkled in there. Tickets for these go fast. So definitely go through the website, touchstone.org. Make sure you get your seats to go check out Christmas City Follies this year. This is Christmas City Follies 25. So come on out for that and enjoy the show. All right, so now is the time. Now is the time to get in a song request. So either Follies, we're going. Excellent, Margot. Yes, that is wonderful. I hope that you go have fun seeing Christmas City Follies. Margot, it is up to you. The ball is in your court as to whether we go to the bag of pre-submitted requests, which really needs washing, or if I attempt Gil Scott Heron. I think we're going to all be more satisfied if I pull out something from the bag here. But it's up to you, Margot. I'm feeling around in here for seeing what we might find. So when I've been out at shows over the years, I'll put out a little table and people can fill in their requests for the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game for me to come back and bring it here to the webcast. So we'll see if what we're doing here. Wasn't figuring on any songs. All right, so we're going to pull out one of these. Poppin' Tags by Emily. So I always have a hard time holding this up in a way that people can actually see it. Maybe, possibly, people can see that. So the song is the request is for Poppin' Tags. The request is from Emily. I'm not entirely sure which Emily it is, but I think I know which Emily it is. Poppin' Tags. I feel like this is Red Red Wine, Neil Diamond. All right, Poppin' Tags with some Red Red Wine. Poppin' Tags, I think, has a I think the indication of Poppin' Tags is like you're pulling the tags off of clothes that you buy. But I don't know. So it's a song, I guess, about shopping. Yeah. Also, the only red wine version that I know is the UB40 red wine. I don't know if that had originally been a Neil Diamond song that UB40 turned into a reggae, or if or what. So I think what is going to happen is there'll be elements of Red Red Wine by UB40 that I work into a song called Pop and Tags. Okay, that's where we're gonna go with that. I think I screwed that up. I'm gonna try that again. Make sure that's all the way down. Yeah, that didn't work. All right. Having some trouble today getting the looping together. have a real good time. You know we like to pregame with that red, red wine. We go to the shops, we go to the stores, we go out and out, and then we go some more. We're popping tags, popping off those tags, oh, popping tags. From all those clothes, popping tags. On all those new clothes, popping tags. When we are going, we like to enjoy. We find all the fun things for girls and boys. All of the clothes we like, things we see, and the bike. Bet we not, probably mostly clothes that were popping tags. Off all of these clothes we're popping tags. Everybody knows we're popping tags. That's the thing we do, popping tags. Red, red wine. Stay close to me. Don't let me be alone. Do it all the time. Red, red wine makes me funky. Don't let me be alone. Do it all the time. Red, red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time. Red, red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time. Red, red wine, you make me feel so fine. Keep me rocking all of the time as we go popping tags. Pop, pop, popping tags, go popping tags. Pop, pop, popping tags, yeah, popping tags. When we go out shopping, popping tags. Pop, popping tags. Down at the mall, popping tags. You know we'll have a ball, popping tags. Having a good time is popping tags. Tequila with lime, just popping tags. Popping tags with some red, red wine with from UB40. Not really any Neil Diamond, but thanks very much to Emily for that request for popping tags. Thanks very much to Mark for coming in with red, red wine. Not probably what anybody had in mind, but that's what we got, and sometimes that's the way it works. So thanks, yes, thanks again. Some people are reacting with emojis, so yes, that's good. Thanks again to Jonathan for working with me to put this out almost 25 years ago, back in the year 2000. Had a good time with that. And Pacifist is worth checking out. Gil Scott Heron, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, is worth checking out for that matter. And yeah. So next week we're going to find out how things go with songs that I wrote in relatively short periods of time in part of the Tom Cooney Songwriting Challenge back in 2018, starting with, and then 2019 as we move through this month of December. But until that time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will see you here again real soon. My name's Mike. I am not for Coltrane.